what you should know is do not put your expectations of a friendship onto other people, because sometimes those people don't want the same things, expect the same things, or feel the same way. Hi, guys, and welcome back. I know it's been a minute. Welcome to my channel. No, okay. I just wanted to get straight into today's topic, and it's talking about friendships and what that may look like as you get older, as you move away, as friendships shift and change with life and things that just tend to happen. And I speak on this mainly because I've had to cut ties with two friends as of late. Technically three, but we're going to say two. And I just wanted to have that conversation about how hard it may be as you get older to have friends, but also you're just so used to being, I mean, at least for me, I'm used to being alone or being by myself, that when I do look to have friends or have certain relationships, I have a certain expectation of them. And I say that an expectation as far as like how they show up for me, how they make me feel, and then vice versa as well, but not in the sense of who they should be. You know what I mean? When it comes to friendships, especially as you get older, people don't tell you how things change. People don't prepare you for what that may look like. And I kind of wish they did, especially as women, because I think we tend to rely, support, and just lean on our friendships because they teach us things, they support us, they help us, they have these iconic moments with each other that I'm like, why would I not want my girls around? You know what I mean? And it's funny how as you get older, things change in friendships. Like for your friends to get married, they end up in serious relationships, they have kids, they move away, they, I don't know, the list can go on, but it's how we show up when life happens that really holds the bond of these friendships. And it's what people don't tell you that you should be doing or you should expect when these friendships happen. For example, I have one girlfriend, for example, she's married and she has three kids. She has a full life, she has a full plate. Now, when we first met, she had it. I think her husband was still her boyfriend. Yeah, he was still her boyfriend. They didn't have any kids. So we had more time with each other, do all the kikiing and all that stuff. But obviously, I'm all the way in LA, she's all the way in Jersey. Things are going to be different, but also I have to expect different expectation from her because she has a full life. She has three kids, she has a husband. She's not going to have time for me in the same manner, and I don't expect her to. But I also know that she is going to show up whenever I need her to, if she can, and vice versa. But I've made it very clear that I don't want her to feel like she's missing out with me. I don't, not just missing out. It's to the fact of I let her know it's okay when we miss out certain things. Let her know it's okay when she can't talk on the phone. I let her know it's okay when we can't have hours long conversation. That's okay because you live a different kind of life. Whereas for me, I can do whatever I want. I don't have a husband. I don't have kids. My time belongs to me outside of my family, my work. My time is mine to do whatever the hell I want with. Her time belongs to her family, to her husband, to her kids. So I should know and to expect that things will be different and they will change. But do we make time for each other? Hell yes. Do I call her randomly? I'm like, sis, what you up to? 100%. But you have to understand that things are going to change. I have my girlfriends that are still back in New York. Obviously, our friendships change, but not in the worst way. It just shifted. Some friends I talk to, I mean, I don't talk to anybody every day. That's a given. That's just me. And I also feel like maybe that's me because I'm in my late 30s, or maybe that's just me because of my personality and living out in LA. I got used to solitude and I like my solitude. Whereas back in the day, maybe when I first moved out here, maybe I was talking to them every day, but I don't feel the need to do that anymore. We catch up when we can. We do the full rundown, and when we have our rundown, it's like we're on the phone for 4 hours. Like, oh, sis, let me tell you this. Oh my God, let me tell you this. This is what happened. That's great. But let's be clear. When we're having the bad days, we're having a crying session, we had devastating moments, I am going to call them up and be like, yo, do you have a second? Hey, are you free? Can I talk to you? 99% of the time, they're like, duh, no shit. Obviously, call me. What's up? FaceTime me. What do you need? Send a pigeon. What can I do for you? Because we know we don't talk all the time, we want to make sure we're there to support each other. Because we don't get to see each other all the time, we're going to FaceTime all the time whenever we can. But it's understanding that these friendships shift and change, and that is okay. And maybe that means I need to get a whole new gang of friends out here. Do I want to really? I'm okay. Should I find some more? Of course, I'm going to accept them and be like, yes, please come into the fold. I love you. But it's understanding that our priorities are different. Our lifestyle is different. What we want is different. And that is okay. What you should know is do not put your expectations of a friendship onto other people. Because sometimes those people don't want the same things, expect the same things, or feel the same way. I've had I've had friends that ended up being frenemies, and it took me a while to realize, wow, you don't really like me. I'm just available to you, and I give great advice. So you're just using me in these moments. But when I need certain kind of advice, you might tear me down. You might say some things that belittle me. You might say some things that make me feel anxious. Why would I want to keep that as a friendship? Why would I want you in my life? If anything, you're bringing me more harm, more depression, more anxiety, more overwhelm than I signed up for. I just want a friendship that makes me go, I can breathe. I could tell my sis this. Or, bitch, I can't wait to tell you all the things. That is what you should be feeling and hoping and just delving into. And obviously, there's some times when I'll be on a high, my best friend be on a low, or vice versa. That is okay. I'll meet you where I can, and vice versa. In the times that we're in, and at the age that we're at, communicating how you feel, communicating what you think, communicating what you notice is very important. And some friends might accept it, and some friends might not. Some friends might fight you on it. And I don't mean physically fight, I mean like argue with you on it. And it's up to you to decide what you want to do, what will make you feel good, what will make you feel like, okay, I'm making the right decision for myself and this feels right. And that's what's important for you is saying, does this friendship fulfill me? Does this friendship pour into me? Does this friendship support me? Does this friendship make me feel light? All these things. And also realizing not every person is going to fit all categories. They're not. Certain friends I'm going to go out to have drinks with. Certain friends I want to go to the museum with. Certain friends I want to do everything with. But it's okay to have them in different categories. That's okay. Not everybody is going to be everything at all. Not everybody is going to be everything. And should you find someone that's everything, God, you are lucky. You are lucky. And I hope you realize that and appreciate that because those friendships aren't always around and they aren't always everywhere. Period. But do what you can to be accountable in your friendships. Do what you can to say, hey, am I showing up in the best way, in the best light to support you? Saying, hey, am I being the friend that helps you in whenever you need? Or basically asking, yo, what can I do better as a friend? Because I feel like maybe I'm not playing my part. Like I know with some of my friends, a lot of them are gift givers. And I feel like I haven't been that person, but I also know I wasn't financially able to be that person. So this year I made it a point to now just be the person that sends gifts, sends flowers, sends just thinking of you care packages because I want my friends to know that I love them and I care for them. And obviously, that's not always monetary, but being that I'm across the country, it's the little things to them that I know that they'd appreciate the way I appreciate it. So think about those things when it comes to the friendships. I'm gonna tell you two stories to just so you can understand why I wanted to do this video. I had two friends that I really just cut ties with recently. One friendship, we've known each other for a while, but it wasn't these past 2 years, I would say, that me and her got closer. And so when I came back from my trip, my Euro trip last year, I didn't come back with the best energy or the best aura, and I didn't feel like I could be there for other people. So I told everyone, listen, I need some time. And basically, originally she showed up in the way that I needed her, which was great. But eventually got to a point where I felt like, not that she hated me, but I felt like she was disappointed or mad that I couldn't be there the way she needed me to. And I'm like, I don't have the energy. I don't have it because I barely have energy for me. So how can I give energy to you when I don't have it in me? And it was just different things that were said or different emotions or how she showed up that made me go, okay, maybe this friendship isn't for me anymore. And so I ended the friendship. And I told her, I was like, I wish you nothing but the best, but I think for where I am right now, I need someone that's going to show up for me a little different. She came back with a very sweet message of obviously just like, I'm sorry that it came to this, but I still wish you the best. And I'm still going to root for her, but I just know that for what I need right now in my life, that wasn't it. The other friendship, oof, that one was a lot harder because it was someone that when we met, we just clicked. I was like, oh, bitch, you're my friend. Like, we are friends. This is, you see me, I see you. However, there was a night where we had a conversation. It was me, her, and someone else. And basically, it was a triggering conversation. And basically, how she showed up in that moment made me go, whoa, okay, I'm taking all the steps back because this is a traumatic experience that I had and I'm sharing it with you, which I don't share with everybody. And the response that I got was like, and don't get me wrong, I definitely think that there were some parts that I could have been better with in that conversation, 100%. I'm never not going to own, not, I'm not gonna, I'm never not gonna own my part in things. So I would definitely say I definitely said some things that I was just like, damn, I could have been better with that. But I didn't think, personally, I don't think it was something that was like make or break. But how the response that I got back made me go, wow, okay, I'm good. To the point that literally I remember distinctly crying in the car going home. And I was like, okay, I'm okay on this. I don't need this. I don't need this. So it's understanding what you need personally and understanding how you want people to show up for you. And obviously, we're all human. So people aren't going to always show up in the best way. But it's being able to have that conversation saying, girl, sis, love, booby, I know you weren't intentional about this, but this hurt me. I know you didn't mean to, but this hurt me. Like, I did not, excuse me, I have a stuffy nose. I think it's allergies. It's even to the fact of saying, listen, I don't respond well with someone yelling at me, someone cursing at me, or something, whatever the case may be, is being able to articulate it and express it to someone if you truly care, if this is a relationship you want. I had a friend, me and her are still cool, obviously, who was still understanding how certain friendships work. And I remember me and her got into it one night, and literally the next day, she like hit me up like nothing happened. And I was like, listen, let's talk. Let's have a one-on-one. I was like, listen. I was like, there are a lot of things that I can let slide, but how you handled this situation is something that does not work for me. And I remember her crying about it, and she was just like, one, she didn't really remember the situation. We were under the influence, so she didn't remember the situation fully, but she was also just like, I appreciate you taking the time to express what I did wrong and keeping this friendship going. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I like you and I want this friendship. So obviously, I'm going to tell you what you did wrong, but I'm not going to vilify you for what you did. You're only human. You don't know how I work and I don't know how you work. And if I do something to hurt you, please let me know because I don't want to hurt you if I care about you and I love you the way I do. Let me be a better person to you by knowing what works for you and doesn't work for you. So it's understanding and communicating these things. And I think obviously this is something that should happen through all your life. But I think as you get older, it's harder to make new friendships. So keeping the friendships that you have to make sure you make the time to express, to explain, to digest the feelings, the conversation, the emotions, the words. So that way you guys can have a long lasting friendship, a supportive friendship, a growing friendship, because that's the foundation of where you want it to be. That's the foundation of where you want it to grow into. So just making sure you take that time to just say, yo, my bad. I fucked up. I didn't mean to. Whatever the case may be, to just being like, I want to do better. Make sure you're expressing to your friends. Are you emotionally available at the time? Do you have the time to be accountable? Do you have the time to be emotionally stable? Can you be supportive? And sometimes y'all won't be on the same page. Y'all won't see eye to eye. And that's okay, but it's also up to you to decide if this is an okay situation for me or if it's not. And if it's not an okay situation, you have to learn to be, you have to be able to accept it and just say, okay, that's fine. And if not, you can do that too, figuring out what works for you. But understanding and knowing what works for you and what makes sense for you is key. But I also think that that's part of the growing pains is knowing who you are and knowing what you want and knowing what you want your friendships and relationships to look like. Because once you do, it'll be easier to find the right friends, find the right relationship, find the right people around you to grow with. So take that time, learn more of yourself, and then you'll be able to learn more for your friendships. But two, please do understand that it's all a growing process and it's going to take time. It's not going to fall into place by one meeting. It's not going to fall into place with one conversation. There's going to be some uncomfortableness with just being like, ugh, I still don't like the fact that my friend does that. Or, ugh, my friend hasn't changed these things. It takes time. Give it grace. Give them grace. It's going to take time because they mean nothing but, because if they mean something to you, then give them time to show you how much they mean to you as well. You mean to them as well. But either way, if you feel like you're still learning or still need some help understanding friendships or growing with your friendships, please leave a comment below and let me know like where you guys are at, what you're dealing with, and I don't know what else. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the things that they say. But thank you guys for listening. Till next time.